What is going on, guys? Last night we got way off track. We were supposed to do some KawPow testing and we ended up just talking about, I think we ended up talking mostly just about donations on like super chats and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't even really remember, but I know that we didn't do what we were supposed to do. And I'm planning some other content probably for tomorrow night for for the Bitcoin halving, and I'm doing some some notes on that. So that's probably what I will be talking about tomorrow night for Crypto Fireball Friday. So it should be good because I go pretty in depth into this stuff, or I'm looking to anyway. So anyway, I don't know why I always just start rambling for some reason. So tonight we are going to look more at KawPow, and I'm going to do it on NVIDIA using TT-Miner. They just came out with their version for KawPow, version 4.0, and that was, I think it was like maybe 5 days ago, something like that. No, FreakSin, I don't think, it wasn't maybe it was a Fire T issue, I don't know. But tomorrow night it definitely will be. So anyway. Let's see here. We're going to be using NVIDIA TT-Miner, and the Kessel rig is what we are going to be looking at here. And it's already up and running mining. And what I wanted to do, actually, I'm not real great. You guys know that I'm not real great with Windows mining, MSI Afterburner and all that stuff. I'm normally on the Linux operating systems, Simple Mining, Hashrate OS or Hive OS. Those are the ones I normally do content on. So I'm always really new. Well, not always really new, but I don't always know what I'm doing on Windows. So stick with me. Give me some advice in here for the people that do Windows mining. Let me know if I'm doing something silly as we're going through this. But what I wanted to do was actually go to Overcooked Panda's overclocking database, and because I've got two of each card, right? So I've got two 1070s, two 1080, two 1070 Ti's and two 1080s. So if I was to apply, say Overcooked Panda's overclock setting to one 1070 and then like a default what to mine type overclock settings to the other 1070, then we can kind of compare, right? And it would be a really quick, easy, just look at it and see what the comparison is. Now, KawPow is a variant of ProgPow, which every block will have a different. It's not I don't think it's a different algo. Sometimes you'll see it called an algo, but I think it's just different. And actually, right here you can see. As it's mining, it says modify algo right here. I don't think that means it's changing the algo, because the algo is KawPow, right? So I think that it just is modifying the parameters. So each block has its own set. So what that means is a lot of times you're going to get different hash rates for a subsequent block. So you might get one hash rate for this block, and then once the next block comes out, or the new job, however you want to look at it, you'll get a different hash rate. And I've noticed, I think actually on this TT-Miner, it seems to be even more pronounced than Gminer. Gminer seemed to be pretty steady between the blocks. This one actually has some pretty good variations, but during the same block, or I'm just looking at it wrong, but it just seems like it is. And this is actually getting really good hash rate compared to Gminer. But again, I haven't. This is actually one question, Windows mining question that I have really quick is TT-Miner, does it need to be restarted after modifying the overclock settings for a GPU? Because I know Gminer, whenever you would modify it and click the check mark to apply it, it would actually say on here like, hey, mining, or I don't remember the exact verbiage, but it would basically say parameters have changed, you know, you know, I don't know, I don't remember the actual terminology, but you could tell as soon as you click the little check mark here, it would come over here, and in the mining window it would say, hey, you know, parameters have changed, so resetting up whatever it does, right? And I don't know if TT Miner does that, because whenever I was playing with this earlier, whenever I would make the change, I couldn't really tell it over here. So maybe we would be able to tell through the hash rate, most likely, but I just didn't know if maybe I need to close this each time, you know, and restart TT Miner. I'm just not that familiar with it. So anyway, that's a question I have. So let me know. Be sure to, somebody's telling me to focus. Somebody's, be sure to let me know, you know, tag me over there in the chat to let me know if you answer that question for me. I know we're like 20 seconds or something like that behind, so I'll keep an eye on that as we go through this. So I think that I have unlinked the GPUs so that they are all separate now, and they get different overclock settings. And if you want to see how we got to this point, I don't think I showed, I might not have showed like a download of TT Miner or anything like that last night. It was, I mean, just let me know if you have any questions, like you can just ask in the chat and I'll try to address it as soon as I can. Just make sure you tag me with, you know, at SavageMine on there, so that it kind of stands out, because if I just let it go, it'll bypass me, you know, so you have to kind of tag me so it kind of stands out in the chat for me. And then I'll try to answer the question. But what you know, we're kind of like far along in the process here as far as downloading the miner, starting the miner, and all that stuff. But actually, I will start with this. Let me get out of here. And whenever you download TT Miner 4.0, which is the one that now includes KawPow support, you know, you'll get TT Miner Raven.bat right here. And if you right click on that and choose, this machine's, it's acting really slow for some reason. Seems like it's super busy. And MSI Afterburner actually crashed on me earlier, so I don't know if there's something going on with this machine. I know it doesn't have a whole lot of space. Let's see here. So this is the batch file that they give you with TT Miner. So whenever you extract TT Miner, you get all your nice DLLs, and then they give you a lot of nice pre-created batch files, right, for popular coins that you can mine with TT Miner, which is nice. But this is what the default looks like for Raven. And whenever you run it, let me see here, I'm gonna run the one I created. So all I did was I created a copy of it, and then I edited this one, right, with my information. Actually, they both might have my information on now, but anyway, so this is mine that I edited. And whenever you run it, you know, it has this right here, please change wallet address and worker name. So some people are like, I don't want to see that. So if you just edit the batch file, you can remove that part. So I'm just going to take out echo please change and pause, just take that out of there, and then file save. Now whenever I run it, it should just start and not ask me that question, right? Hey, what's up, Dan the Dane? What is going on, man? Did you reply to me? Because I know I was trying to catch up with you in Discord. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, this is basically just a general install of Windows. I don't mine on Windows really ever, other than just to show stuff like this. So that's why I'm just not really in practice with it, you know. That's why I need y'all's help. Oh, your power went out? That sucks. Yeah, electricity is one of those things that we, all of us in the first world countries, really take for granted. It's like being without electricity. You're like, what in the world is going on? All right, so far no one has answered my question about whether or not I need to close TT Miner and restart it every time I apply new overclock settings. I don't think I do, but I need to know. So let me know over there in the chat. This does take some time to start up. Although this seems a little bit longer than usual, but kind of relying on a lot of things here, whether or not the pool is up, miner more testnet pool. Looks like it is. So hopefully this will fire up, and hopefully you guys tell me whether or not I have to close the miner or restart it after changing an overclock setting. But while we're kind of waiting on that to get started, hopefully it fires up. I didn't change anything other than I took out that question that it asks in the beginning. But while we're waiting on that, what we could do, yeah, see, this is what happened last time. Okay, so Afterburner crashed again, and I think I actually lose a GPU whenever this happens. At least that's what happened last time. It'll come back and say that I think one of the 1070s will drop off. I don't know if, now I didn't have this problem with Gminer. I don't know if maybe this is something to do with TT Miner and Afterburner. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Windows there, Dan the Dane. Not on mining anyway. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let me see if this will launch again. And I actually had to restart last time, so I might be stuck in that restart situation here. Yeah, see, it looks like MSI Afterburner doesn't want to start. Ah, Dan the Dane, thanks so much, man. I don't need a new OS. I got OSs. Thanks for the super chat there. Okay, so we're saying maybe it might be just the overclock settings in there, but it's not. Is it the card or is it MSI Afterburner? Because it seems like it's. I mean, I guess that the Afterburner could crash if. Okay, so that came back up. Thanks so much, Dan the Dane. All right. See what we can come up with here. This thing's acting really funny. there's two 1070s. So it's still got all the GPUs. See, before it only showed one 1070. So now it looks like it's got them all in here. That's good. So what I'll do is let's knock this down here. So I pulled these overclock settings off of Overcooked Panda's database. So that's where I got the 0 core and 1000 on the memory from. But let's go ahead and change that to something else so that maybe it won't crash. Don't know if that's what was causing it or not, but yeah, everything seems like really slow right now. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna launch the miner again. We'll see if it can not crash. Yeah, I have the power down pretty low too. 67%. And this was whenever I was playing around with Gminer. Yeah, see, it looks like it's already crashed again. Maybe not. Weird. Yeah, it pretty much hates me. Looks like it's trying to work. Yeah, see, it says not responding here. Alright, so let me give that a minute. And see what it does without Afterburner. Dan, this is Ravencoin KawPow testnet still. You know what? I don't even know, Crypto Mining Lifer. Yeah, no doubt, Crypto McKill. Yeah, see this thing, it's all goofed up. It was working, now it's not. Let's see here. It did work earlier today. That's not what I want to do. All right, let's see if it wants to act right now. So, oh, okay, so this is the 32-bit, and maybe that's the problem. Yeah, this thing's, it's not acting right. I need to troubleshoot, it looks like. Get a restart in here. Oh, look. It's got some updates. Maybe that's what the problem is. I could see that. I know Windows 10 machines act really funny whenever they need some updates, and then you start using it like you're supposed to use it. It doesn't like that very much. Yeah, so this is 2 days that we've been trying to do this and fill out this little spreadsheet here so that we can get some data on TT Miner 4.0, and it hasn't worked out very well. Yeah, I went ahead and did it because I don't, it can't be too much because I stay pretty up to date, you know, on that. So, and again, this is, I do not use this machine at all. So normally, you know, you would run that script to disable all that stuff and make it, you know, set it up better for, you know, a mining rig. I get it. I haven't done that on this machine because I don't use Windows. So, you know, the last thing I did on this machine, I think, was probably installed KawPow like a really long time ago, and that was about the last thing I did. Other than that, I mean, I think we did do some testing with Gminer, KawPow Gminer on Windows, and that went flawlessly from what I remember. It was fine. And then it's basically off, you know, the majority of the time. Not the machine, but I don't boot it up into Windows 10 at all. So normally it's on, at this point it is normally on Hashrate OS. So that's what I'm more familiar with. See if we can connect to it here. See if Brandon Coin's going live. Looks like he is. 64-bit, yeah. So I wonder. Oh wow, maybe, hopefully it wasn't that that update that I installed. Dan the Dane, been running that new rig on Raven for 8 hours on Nanopool. Still 44 point. Well, you would need to know whether or not the pool is actually winning blocks and stuff. So you'd have to go to miningpoolstats.stream, and that will probably tell you a little bit of information on the pool and whether or not, because I've done that before where I put a rig on a pool and, hey, what's up, Red Panda? No. I'm definitely not playing PUBG. I put a rig on, you know, a pool before, and a pool that didn't have a lot of other rigs on it, not a lot of hash rate, and it just never hit any blocks. The whole pool didn't, so there were never any rewards, right? So you have to take that into consideration. But I think maybe. Look into that. You know, check the pool side to see what the pool says. So go to Nanopool and find out. You know, plug in your. You should be able to look up your miner on there and try to figure out whether or not it sees it as hashing and all that stuff. I think you're saying that you have some Raven waiting to be paid out or something. Is that what that 44.97? Is that what that is, or? That's how many you've earned so far, maybe? So I don't know a lot about Nanopool, but I mean, we could probably go there real quick. Man, this was another bust. We needed Red Panda's help in here. Yeah, so you should be able to put your address up here, Ravencoin address, and see what's up. I mean, I think you'll be okay if you see that you're hashing on there and that everything, you know, looks legit on that side. You should be all right. So Nanopool has 121 miners. They haven't hit a block in 33 hours. Okay, so that, you know, that's why. That would make perfect sense. And this is why you don't, that's why GPUs can't compete right now on the Ravencoin network, because you see how all the hash rate is centralized up here at F2 pool in China, right? Because, and you've got 62% unknown hash rate, 29 terahash overall network hash rate, which is higher than, you know, usual. It's not the max. I think they maxed out at like 37 or 38 not too long ago. So that's why. That explains it right there. That's, you could be on this pool for a month and not get any rewards because it's such a small amount of the overall network hash rate. So your percentages and your shares are going to be really low. I'm surprised there's 121 miners on here to begin with. You know, so yeah, that explains it. See, you can look up here and see every 6 minutes on F2 pool, 14 minutes, not every 6 minutes, but that's how long ago it was since they hit a block, you know. So that's the way that works. Yeah, 33 hours. I'm not saying you won't. I mean, 9.78 is probably gigahash is probably enough to eventually hit a block, but you just have to wait, you know. Have to wait on your rewards. Just because you're submitting hash power to this pool does not mean that you're going to get any rewards, because the overall pool has to solve the block, right, in order to get the rewards. The 5,000 Raven per block, you know, to be split up by all the pool participants, it has to actually win the block. So I don't know what you'd have to look at what the luck factor is and all that stuff on 9.78 compared to 7.78 terahash, right? Those numbers are way apart. So you'd have to figure all that stuff out. But it looks, in my opinion, you know, if you've only been on there for a few hours, you said 8 hours, I think, something like that. That's exactly, that explains it right there. Because in 33 hours, the pool that you're on has not hit a block. So that would explain it. All right, no block, no rewards. Let's see if Ravencoin's up and running here. This might be old information. Let me just go to. Oh no, it says canceled. Oh. Wonder why. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, mining Raven with GPUs right now, ugh. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Do I need this Riva Tuner Statistics server? I don't need that. Dang it. Hey, what's up, Basiliscos? We're trying to get MSI Afterburner to actually work on this machine without crashing constantly. So that we can do some testing, KawPow testing on some NVIDIA 10 series GPUs. Using TT Miner. Okay, now that's up and running. We know that this is 64-bit now, right? See, I don't know why that CUDA miner keeps running too. It's not even installed. I gotta figure that out too. Alright. See, it says 32-bit here, but you saw that I definitely downloaded this 64-bit version. So I don't know if that's normal or not. Bunch of stuff running here. Well, we specifically wanted to mess around with TT Miner because it's kind of new. It's only been out like 5 days, I think, as far as 4.0 that includes KawPow Raven. And that's pretty much what we were trying to do here. See if we can break it again. So let me know what you guys think about KawPow and whether or not you think it's going to maybe bring Ravencoin back from the ashes as far as the GPU mining community goes. Let me know what you think about that. This TT miner seems to favor the 1070 Ti's because, man, it gets really good hash rate, like 18 on the 1070 Ti's. So did anybody ever answer whether or not I needed to restart the miner after changing overclock settings? So here's what I wanted to do. I want to go to the 1070 and put in, let's see, we'll go what to mine on the first one as far as overclock settings. It says 150, 500, 75%. 150, 500, 75% power limit. So we'll go 75 here. All right, so on so this is what to mine. I'll just document it like that. And then the other one, the other 1070, we'll go with Overcooked Panda's database. 1070 KawPow. Looks like the most popular one is 0 core and 1000 memory. But remember, whenever we did this, that's whenever it seemed like that's what caused the problem. But maybe it was just not enough power. So what I'll do is we're going to change to the other 1070. Just double check this. 150, 500. Okay. We're going to crank up the power a little bit because it says 150 on the power. That's percentage. So we'll go, let's go, I mean, that's basically 100%, right? Because the TDP on this is 150. So that's like basically what they're saying is max power. So this will be 100%. Now that is going to probably, I don't know how that's going to affect the power draw. We'll see how that works. Oh wait. Oh, okay, so yeah, double check. Getting confused. Okay, so here we go. It says 0 and then 1000 on the memory. Alright, so the second 1070 is Overcooked Panda. So now we'll go to the first 1070 Ti. And we'll look right here. Looks like the most popular one is 00 and 90. And this is for KawPow, not KawPow, so we have to remember that. But it should be pretty close. So 00 and 90. Actually on, let's go, what to mine first, 1070 Ti is 150, 500, 75. Okay, got that. Then we're going to go to the second one. We're going to go 00 and 90. 90 watts. Man, 90 watts would be, what would that be? 60%? It'd have to be more. Let's go 70% here. 0, 0. Which one's auto? Is that auto on right there? Yeah, okay, so that's auto on. So it looks like those two are done. 70 and then 00. 75, 150, 500. Okay, so now let's do the 1.8 or the 1080s. We'll go 1080 and over here to what to mine. Looks like 125, 570. That was already right. 70. It died. See, it hates that. I think it hates that 1000 on that 1070 seems like that's what causes the problem. Huh. We'll see. Okay. It is restarting pretty quick, so it's not like drawing it down or anything. We'll see. All right. So what did we say here? We said 125, 500. The first 1080. The second 1080 is going to be Overcooked Panda. We'll come up here and change this to 1080. 100, 500, 220. $220 would be probably $220. I mean, the TDP is less than that, at least on this one. So we'll just say, I don't know, let's go with 90% power. Try it like that. Okay. So now I think that we have this set up the way that I was wanting. Basically to test between what to mine overclock set it, default overclock settings and Overcooked Panda's database, just to see how it all worked. What we'll do is we'll save this as profile 3. Alright. Now let's head over here and maybe we might be able to see some differences here. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Phantom Spaceman? And Red Panda, yeah, smash the like or else. I'm only going to go for maybe 10 more minutes. I know Brandon Coin canceled his, so it kind of gave us an opportunity to keep going a little bit here. And it dropped a couple of GPUs, it looks like 0 and I guess it would be 5. Oh, no, there they are. Okay, never mind. It still has all 6. Yeah, I got, this is 2, the 1070. Heating up pretty good. So let's go, let's see, 2 would be, this actually does not match up, does it? Oh, wait a minute. It's a 1070 Ti. Okay. I think what I need to do, turn off I don't hear any fans spinning over there. So probably, hey, thanks for the subscription there, Disco Biscuits. Thanks, appreciate it. I'm sitting here struggling with, trying to mine on Windows here. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have messed with the fans. Could just put them all to 100, I guess, but we'll see if that keeps them a little bit cooler. Yeah, now I hear the fans kicking on, so should be a little bit better here. Just for this little test that we're doing, I'm going to crank them up a little bit. Yeah, it didn't seem to like the auto, or maybe I just had the limit set wrong or something. I don't know. All right, so it sounds quite normal now. It sounds like it normally does. So let's see what we got here for hash rate. Okay, so what I can tell right away is with those settings, man, the power seems like it's just off the charts, right? So because the power is so high, your kilohash per watt is that ratio is really low, because you like these GPUs should be getting 130, 140 kilohash per watt based on what I've seen in the past. So the very first thing I would do with this is definitely crank down the power. Like those overclock settings that we pulled from What to Mine and Overcooked Pandas, it just seems like the power is just not right. You should be able to go a lot lower on the power. So let's try. This has got 75% on a 1070, which is not bad. What's the 1070 getting here? 1070 would be 0 and 2. So 15 and yeah, about the same. All right, so what we'll do, so this 1070 is at 150, 500. I'm going to pull this power back to about 67%. I'm going to do it on both of them. See, this one's got 100%. So let's do that on both of them. The 1070 Ti's are at 75%. I'm going to go 70 on those. So that one is at 70 already. 1080, 70, and 90. So let's go 70 here. So there, that dropped the power down. It should drop the power down quite a bit. And you should see some pretty good improvements on the kilohash per watt setting over here. Oh, you gotta go, Red Panda? All right then. Are you cooking? Hey, what's up, Grits? Thanks for tuning in, man. We ran into some problems early on with Afterburner and miner crashing and stuff like that. I think we've got it to where it's at least somewhat ironed out now, but yeah, I'm just not liking the kilohash per watt. It's just, it seems really low to me. I mean, 122, 121, that's getting into the range that you want to get into. I'm still thinking that we can improve this quite a bit. So let me reference my spreadsheet here, and let's go with, because it looks like last night, I know we were messing around with the 1070 at first. It looks like we went 100, 500, and then 105, which would have been 137. How did we do that? I don't know. I don't know how we got the 105 in there, but so I'm going to, what is 100 and 500? Is that close to what to mine? I think it is. Go back up here to the 1070. So I'm going to go just 100 on the core. Probably not going to make a huge difference, but I want to get it back. I want to see if we can at least get it to show about what we referenced last night, which was, actually, I guess we were pretty close already. I don't remember seeing 16.7, but we were at 121. We probably hit 121. I forgot to hit the check on one of them. In Afterburner? $67. Thanks. Thanks for that. Good catch, sir. Much appreciated. I think I got it now. Grits, definitely check your power and overclock settings. Like, give it 0 first, and then give it like 100% power, and then just see if it's stable that way, and then start pulling back on the power and adding probably not so much core, but a little bit of memory, I think, is the where you should start. 5700. Let's see if they have any settings for that here. Nope. Let's see if there's any for XT. Now they got nothing over here yet. Yeah, I'm not impressed with these settings at all. Okay. But they do fluctuate a little bit. You know, we talked about that at the top. Let's see here. So it looks like our best setting on the 1080 and 1070 Ti's was 100 and 800 using Gminer. So let's try that, 100 and 800. See if this makes a difference here. So I'm on the 1070 Ti. first 1080 here. Hey, what's up, Shuby? Okay, so our kilohash per watt seems to be the higher ones should be better because we made that change to the first GPU in the line, right? So it looks like 1070s getting about 14 and then 110. I mean, this is not terrible, right? I think that at a minimum you're going to want about 120, but for 10 series cards like these, we got the first 3 here. That would be, I'm just looking down here to figure out which, I need to get these GPUs in order so that's a lot easier. I need to figure out that one day and make that work. A little bit easier to do these comparisons. So 0 and 2 are 1070s. So 14 and then 15. Yeah, see how it changes? It's real random. It's not real steady. It seems to be a little bit more erratic on TT Miner than it is G Miner. I don't know why. It's a little warm in the room here too, so that's why the temperatures are like they are. It's 91 degrees in here because I have the door shut, so it's warming up quite good. I'm not really sweating though, so that's good. Yeah, this thing, KawPow just loves 1070 Ti's, man. Look at that. Yeah, I haven't poked around too much in all the different parameters for the batch file. There's a README. If you go to the folder where you extract the miner, though, there's a README in there, right here. So it has all the settings, you know, different things that you can try and stuff like that. Probably should look into that a little bit. And if you're going to be using TT Miner, you know, do a little bit of research. They have a Discord also, so you would hit them up in Discord, try to figure out, you know, if you can find out the best settings for your GPUs, you know. Yeah, I mean, this isn't too bad. I mean, you're hitting 130 almost on a Ti, 1070 Ti. That's pretty good. 1080 is getting 3, so 13 on a 1080. 13 at 133, that's terrible. TI is 15.5, 123. Yeah, the TI is just crushed, man. They're doing really well. Crypto Mining Lifer, are you going to be in the challenge, the Veta build challenge? You got 2 of them. Maybe you can leave one packaged up and get in on the fun. All right, I am getting a little bit tired. I think that I am going to call it right here. Wish this was a little bit more productive, but I'm going to continue to play with this. I'll update the spreadsheet here so that we can get some, some good data. I think it's good to compare the 2 default overclock setting, sources. What to mine and Overcooked Panda, but they're still not for KawPow specifically, and there are some parameter changes in KawPow compared to ProgPow. So if you're looking for ProgPow settings, it's probably going to be a little bit different for KawPow. So just keep that in mind. Once all this happens, there'll be plenty of data. Bitsby Trippin, Red Panda Mining, all those guys are collecting lots of different data for different GPUs. So I'm sure that by the time May 6 rolls around and they get over to KawPow, there'll be enough data to where we can, hopefully, as GPU miners, hopefully we will be able to mine Ravencoin again profitably with GPUs. That will be so freaking awesome. I don't even know. I'm so excited. Hopefully, let's see, what day is May 6th? Do we know? Is that a Tuesday? Let's see if we can find out real quick. I'm bad with stuff like that. So May 6th is a Wednesday. So May 6th, Wednesday, and it's looking like it was at 1800 UTC, which was 2 p.m. So it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern time actually no, it will be 2 p.m. Eastern time on May 6th, which is a Wednesday. So that should be interesting. Hopefully what I'll do, what I'm thinking I'll do is probably try to be home, right? So I can stream. I did this for the X16R V2 fork, and it was really cool because, we basically were watching it happen live, and it was it was almost nerve-wracking because after it forked to X16R V2, that first block took, I think it was 32 minutes. So it gave us the impression that something was broken with the blockchain, right? Because there were no blocks for 32 minutes, and Ravencoin is every 60 seconds, right? It's every 60-second block times. So for it to be 32 minutes, but the reason that it was like that, because of the network parameters, right? The hash rate dropped so fast after that change that the difficulty was thrown off. And remember, there's the whole network settings and everything that basically makes the block times 60 seconds. you know, it thought that the network thought that it needed to prolong, well, it did need to prolong the block time so that it could adjust and get that proper ratio for a 1 minute block time. So it was really cool. So I think that we'll probably see something really similar this time, going from X16R v2 to KawPow. I think we're going to see something really significant happen with the hash rate and stuff. I think the X16R v2, I think it might have been on the weekend. It might have been. I don't remember. Actually, no. I think it was during the day on a weekday. I think it was a Tuesday. I don't know. Hey, look at that. We hit 132 kilohash on the 1070 Ti. 132 per watt. That's pretty good. Yeah, again, this is like all over the place. Yeah, it might have been a Thursday. Actually, you know what? You're probably right. It probably was a Thursday. But I took off from work actually to witness it, so it was kind of neat. Yeah, the DAG file for Ravencoin starting out on KawPow is going to be something like 2.53 or something like that, 2.43 or something. So about 2.5 gig. So a 3 gig GPU will work, but a 2 gig one will not. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. This has been fun, but I'm about done. So I'm going to get out of here, and tomorrow should be pretty cool because we're going to be talking all about the Bitcoin halving, what I think is going to happen, what other people think is going to happen, especially with regards to the value of Bitcoin, right? And you know what? It's coming up. It's really soon. It's really soon, and this is so exciting. It's freaking awesome. It's only 18 days away, and obviously. I think I pushed this out, and it looked like it was going to be. Let's see if it's at 8. So if it's at 8 UTC, then that's like 2 a.m. my time, I think, is the way that works. Yeah, it's like 2. Actually, no, that would be like 4 a.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, interesting stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be up for that. I'll have to be. Well, I'll have to do it. I'll have to be up for the halving. I can't miss that. You know, it's like it's once every 4 years or about every 4 years. So it's pretty significant. I should probably cover that. So I probably will. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow night. We're going to talk all about the Bitcoin halving tomorrow. Do a little speculating and figuring out what we think is going to happen to the value, you know, short term, long term, all the different factors that come into play. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's been awesome. Glad we got through the little problems that we were running into. If you thought that this was helpful or entertaining, be sure to like and share the video, and then subscribe to my channel. Click the little notification bell and all that stuff that you know that you're supposed to do to help me out. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. I appreciate it. Stay savage, everybody.